Hey everybody, it's Christine and welcome to my first video as a design team member for the ScrapRoom. Today I am going to be working with one of the 4 page kits. I'm going to work with the Wild Child kit from Pink Paisley, and I am also going to be using the embellishment kit. Now, as you watch, I want you to see these beautiful patterned papers that come in this specific page kit. Definitely have a little bit of a boy feel to them, but I can totally see them working for a girl too. This one I was especially drawn to because I have 3 sons, and so I wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to have something all boy tailored already for me. So I dove right into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is fussy cut this cloud out of this paper. I really had a hard time with this because I really like that paper on its own. In fact, if I could have doubled the paper on all of these and had 2 of each one, I wouldn't have been sad. I really like the papers in this kit. Every month, the kits from the ScrapRoom include 4 different page kits, so you get to experience 4 different mini collections. You get 3 patterned papers as well as some embellishments, and then if you want even more embellishments, you can add on the embellishment kit and you'll get even more to work with. And that is what is happening in this case. I'm working with both the page kit as well as the embellishment kit, so I've got some good options here for creating. Now I brought in this lime green cardstock. This is not from the kit, but I really liked how it matched the chevron paper that I'm going to be working with. And so I decided to bring that in, and then I'm going to trim my paper down about 1.5 inches on both sides and use that lime green paper as a frame all the way around my layout. Now, I know this is a really bold color choice. The whole paper, to be quite honest, is very bold, but I really wanted to use it. I love how it matches my son's picture. I also just love the colors in it, and so I decided to just go bold, go big or go home, right? So you can see how I'm going to work that cloud in. I am going to go ahead and add some crafty foam tape to it. That is from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L, and I'm also going to use some Distress Oxide and just go around the edges of the cloud and give it a little bit more of definition around its edges. Now the crafty foam tape will make the whole thing pop up without me having to sit there for a half hour and pull all those little tabs off a square foam adhesive. I love the crafty foam tape for things like this because it just makes it way faster. Now you can see the back side of that paper is some really fun rockets, and you're going to see those come in a little bit as well. Now you can see what I mean. Doesn't that picture just work perfectly with that background paper? Such a good match. Now I'm going to go ahead and mat my picture on that lime green and cut that out and add it on there again with the lime green. This is not a color I use a whole lot of, but it just really worked well with this. And quite honestly, this whole layout and whole kit was not colors that I was really working with on a regular basis, but I think that made it even more fun to dive into it and gave me a good challenge to get out of my comfort zone in colors. Now I'm going to bring in some orangish red, and I just cut that from the cloud paper that you can see off to the left there. I wanted to bring in some of this color because I'm going to use it from some of the rockets here in a little bit. And so I'm just tucking it into the corners as well as behind my picture. To get my corner piece, what I did is I cut a 3-inch square and then I just cut it on the diagonal to make it work. Now, as I'm sitting here doing this, I have my delicious coffee sample that came in the kit sitting here beside me. I always like to drink the gourmet coffee sample as I'm working on my first layout. Of course, I have it well off to the side so that I don't make a mess, but I am really enjoying the sample this month, especially because it's like 0 degrees outside. Welcome to the Midwest, right? So let's carry on with the rest of this layout. Now, you can see I am fussy cutting some rockets out. That is from the back side of that cloud paper, and I just really thought these added a nice touch. Even though the layout was not about space, it's about a little boy, and I felt like it just played up that boy theme even more. And so I'm going to use 3 of those to surround the picture and create a cluster along with my title. Now, one of the things that I really love about the ScrapRoom is that it is a non-commitment kit club. Oftentimes, when you sign up for a kit club, you're locked into a price because you sign up for so many months. That is not the case with ScrapRoom. You can sign up for 1 month and quit. You can sign up for 12 months and then quit. You can get in and get out whenever you want, and the price isn't dependent upon how long you're with them. Now, I joined last, June, I think. And I joined with that in mind. Like, okay, well, I'm going to just try this one and see what I think of it. And as you can see, it obviously took. I love getting 4 different kits each month. I have done the kit clubs where you do long, you have like the whole collection and embellishments and this and that. And it's fun, but I definitely like this approach where I get to play with 4 different kits each month and decide, do I want to play with more of this or do I not? And oftentimes I decide, oh yeah, I think I would like to play with more, but then my next kit comes and I'm ready to dive into a new one. So I am really enjoying this approach, as well as the fact that I didn't have to be locked into anything to have the same price and enjoyment with it. Now you can see I am adding in some words. I love to add lots of words to my layouts, and so I'm always happy when there are lots of word options. I'm also adding in some chipboard stickers to do some embellishing. Some of these chipboard pieces, as well as the stickers, are foiled, which is so on trend right now. And you can see I created a title that says Wild Child. I also put on adventure there and just all kinds of fun little details to make this layout just scream little boy. This one, as I said, is just a really different color scheme for me. And I was kind of second guessing myself as I was going, but in the end, I really love how it turned out. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, I would really like some written instructions for this. Well, in this case, I do not have written instructions because this one all kind of came out of my brain. But they do have written instructions for several different approaches to your layouts each month with this kit. So that is another huge advantage to the ScrapRoom. You can get written instructions, you've got a sketch, you've got all these different formulas, just a bunch of fun different ways. And if you really like to have that paper in front of you telling you exactly how to do things, that is also an option for you. So be sure to keep that in mind as you're watching this as well. And some months I will be following those directions exactly, and some months I will just be kind of rolling with it. It kind of just depends on, I had some ideas for this one on my own without any instructions, and that will not always be the case, because sometimes papers just jump out at you as something you want to do and sometimes they don't. Now, I am doing 2 more things to this layout and I will be all done. Now, what you see me doing right now is just adding a black outline. Why am I doing that? Couple of reasons. First of all, I like that it makes everything pop a little more. It just changes the look of the layout, and I think you can probably see that already as I'm going, that it changes the entire look and makes everything a little more crisp. Now, secondly, I'm doing it because I have a lot going on this layout. Between the rockets, between the busy patterned paper and the base, there's just a lot going on, and adding in these black outlines throughout definitely helps to separate those different layers. This is a technique that you will see me employ regularly. In fact, I would say probably 50% of my layouts I employ outlining and doodling of some sort with my black pen. I just have a nice fine point one. This one happens to be from Tombow. I have several that I like. This one was what was on my desk at the time that my kids hadn't removed, and so it worked for this particular layout. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is bring in the navy cardstock that came in this page kit. It comes with 2 sheets of the navy blue cardstock, and I wanted to use that as an outline for the final part of my layout. And so I'm just adding a little bit of liquid glue all the way around, and I'm just going to add on a 1/4 inch frame. Very simple addition, but it really brings out the black outlining as well as my son's dark hair and makes the whole thing come together in the end. So thank you so much for being here today. I will be back again next month with another video for you, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. And I also have additional videos from previous months over on my YouTube channel that you can check out. And we will see you again soon.